What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Talking Nerdy. It's Tuesday Nightmare, and you know what that means. We have Nightmare Christie on the night. How
Hello.
are you doing, young lady? Welcome back to my other show. Thank
Yeah, I'm great. Thank you. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate
you.
it.
Yeah, thank you for your time. We appreciate it. So, we spoke on the last show, my other show, Well That Effing Figures, and I told you I wanted to have you back on, and I still do at some point. I want to give you a little break from us. But Scott here is a big horror fan as well. So I wanted to give him he's been following you for a long time. So yeah, so this is going to be cool to have him be able to interact with you and talk about your store, your cafe, and probably Scream Six because I know you've seen it, but I don't want to spoil it. I
Okay.
have not seen it, but yeah. So Scott, Nightmare Christie Scott,
Hello, Scott.
and yeah.
Hello.
Have you watched Scream 6?
I have not seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
However,
I can talk
however, I
about
have seen Cocaine Bear.
what?
Have you really?
I have.
How was that?
I didn't hear that.
I have seen Cocaine Bear. I have not seen
Oh,
Scream
yeah.
6.
Oh, I didn't watch that
Cocaine Bear, by the way, fantastic. It is so cheesy. It is amazing.
one.
Uh,
I
you
can't wait to
know,
watch that one.
yeah, it's definitely one where if you are looking for a movie where you're literally like, yeah, that didn't just happen. That's the movie you want to watch.
Cool.
Um,
Like Yogi
you know,
Bear on crack, right?
essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to be so much funnier when you see it, when you're going to realize exactly why that is so funny. So Chrissy, thank you again for joining us tonight. And for those of you, for those of our viewers that don't know you, I mean, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am the co-owner of Nightmare Toys and now Nightmare Cafe here in Las Vegas. We are from thank you. We are from Alabama. We did have the store there. We moved here to Vegas. Um, and I'm just a big horror lover. I love horror and there's just not much to tell. That's really about it. I'm a big horror collector too.
Well, you're on the right show for that.
Right.
That's for sure. Because as I'm sure Joe has probably told you, we are avid. Well, I have been an avid horror con attendee for years. That's kind of I grew up, in the '80s genre of horror. Where the really good horror lives. Let's
Right.
all be honest.
Yes.
Got into conventions. Got about 10 years ago out here on the East Coast in New Jersey. Um, Recently got Joe into it. So, horror is kind of one of the things that bound Joe and I very early in our friendship. We have been friends since the fifth grade.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Um,
Nice as
and
well.
horror movies was something that kind of connected us. So what was kind of, I guess, what was kind of the appeal for you for horror?
Like from the beginning, the get go.
Yeah. What got you interested?
Well, it was watching the Michael Jackson Thriller video for the first time when it first came out, and that was probably the first scary thing that like the first time I actually was like, okay, I'm scared, but I liked it and I was excited too at the same time. So I was like, okay, this is really cool. And right after that, the making of Thriller came out, and I watched that religiously, and I just thought that it was just so cool, all this scary stuff that I thought was scary, but yet was exciting me all at the same time. Um, and then I don't know, just right after that, that's all I wanted to watch was scary horror movies, and that's all I've done since then.
Me
Okay.
Literally,
too.
and it's literally because of Michael Jackson and the Thriller video. It really
Hmm.
is. So,
Hmm.
It's interesting
Yeah.
because a lot of people kind of go back to that as kind
Hmm.
of the trigger, you know, because if you think about it, like back then, you're talking like early '80s, and then in that vein, you've already got like Friday the 13th and the original Halloween are already out, but you have things coming like Nightmare on Elm Street, Child's Play, Hellraiser,
right.
all right in a row right
Yeah.
after that.
And let's
Yep.
face it. I mean, Vincent Price alone. I mean, come on, that's the guy right there. I mean, his voice in that song. Vincent Price is classic for me for horror. So him being in that also was cool and definitely like a throwback. So yeah, we love all the old slasher movies. We talked about this before. Mine is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1, my favorite. But all of them. I mean, even up to the new Terrifier, which I know you're not fond of. But the Scream movies, all those. What's that?
Who's not fond of Terrifier?
I thought you weren't.
No, I love Terrifier.
Terrifier 2?
I love Terrifier 2.
Oh, okay.
I hate
Okay,
the
my
new
mistake.
Halloween movies.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
those we agree on because
Those Halloween Kills
That's
kind of
my
sucked,
goal.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like those. No, I
Yeah.
love Terrifier. Oh no.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
love
good.
Halloween,
Good.
but no, I
Good.
I don't like
Whew.
Terrifier.
My mistake.
I almost was like, well, I'm going to go in the other room now. So good night, everybody.
Well, I wasn't fond of the last part of part 2. You know that. I've said it a million times.
Yeah. Oh no, and I understand that. I kind of get that though. But yeah, no, I love
the magical shit. Was like,
there's like some comic book stuff going on.
Yeah. Some Harry
No
Potter.
movie is perfect.
They do with
No
part
movie is
3.
perfect, Joseph.
Oh, it's not perfect, but they don't have to swing it like that. It's a slasher movie, not a Harry Potter movie. Come on.
Well, I think it even transcends slasher a little bit. So, all right, so that's the transition. So, Christy, so Joe and I have debated this on a lot of different ways. So, what is your go-to type of horror? Is it jump scares? Is it gore porn? Is it slasher? I mean, what is your favorite genre of horror?
Slasher. It's always been slasher movies, and then anything like just really gore, like gore porn. I like that, torture porn, whatever.
Yeah.
Anything like that. Live after slasher, which kind of goes with slasher movies sometimes too. But if I do want to go anything different besides that, I do like a good like haunted house mystery type movie, like The Changeling. The Changeling.
Okay.
Changeling.
Mhm.
Oh, the
Something
Changeling
like
was creepy as shit.
It's literally the only movie that's creeped me out. Nothing has scared me or ever really creeped me out. I was just excited to watch it, but The Changeling always has creeped me out.
One that kind of in that vein that got me good was The Conjuring.
Uh-huh.
I remember I was watching it on an airplane on a trip for work, and I'm literally sitting on the airplane watching it, and we hit turbulence. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm watching the wrong movie. And since then, it was always one of those things where I'm like, do I want to watch this again? And then Annabelle comes out. Of course, you have to watch it again. So with the whole so what was the idea that spawned Nightmare Toys? I mean, what kind of got you going to say this is a great idea?
Well, honestly, the honest answer to that is I used to be a topless dancer. I was a dancer for 17 years. And of course, I'm getting a little older, and it's time for me to get out of the club business and stop doing that. So I wanted to get out of that. And my boyfriend, he is also the co-owner of Nightmare Toys, Philip Martin. We both own it. He had owned other businesses and stuff at that time. So he's like the business person. I'm the horror person. And he was like, well, you can't just not work. So, he's like, well, let's just open you up a little collectible store, horror collectible store, since that's what you like to do. And let's just you can just do that for something to do. It's just supposed to be a hobby. It's just supposed to be something to do. And it turned out to be all of what's going on now. So
nice.
That's literally how it went down. Like, there's no other answer. I just needed to get out of my business, and we opened this because this is what I love to do. I love, toys. I love collecting. I love horror. And again, it was just supposed to be something to do, and then it turned into huge.
I like the part where she says, "I'm getting a little older, so I had to get out of topless and dancing."
Well, I mean, it's the truth, though. I mean, I don't know how else to say it.
Hey,
Look,
I didn't say it.
sometimes the honest answer is the obvious one, right?
I mean,
Right.
we all know that's a type of job. I mean, you can't be doing that when you're 50, 60 years old. Now, come on. Now.
Yeah. I mean, me and Scott are part of the Chipping Whales, so hey, it's it is what it is. So
No, but see, the difference with that when we do it is people pay us to put our clothes back on.
yeah, I mean, hey, that's what the Chipping Whales are all about. Put them back on. They don't want to see us. I'm 50. I'm almost 50, man. They don't want to see droopage. Come on, man.
You legitimately sound almost like that Saturday Night Live skit. I'm 50.
I'm 50,
Ow.
bitches.
I kick. I'm 50. That's what you sound like right now, Joe.
I'm impressed that you
So-
still watch Saturday Night Live. Anyway, go ahead.
No, it's just an old skit. I wanted to watch it. Honestly, I wanted to watch it. I almost got it.
Don't fucking say it.
So Chrissy, let you know the joke. I say the word candidly a lot,
Okay,
and
okay.
Joe calls me
I
out
fucking
for
hate
it.
it.
So now I'm super self-conscious about it.
So now,
because,
even we went out Saturday with our wives, and I told her on the way there, every time he says candidly, we got a drink. So we were fucking drunk. No, I'm just kidding. He was pretty good that day. He didn't do it.
And I almost slipped and did it now.
He almost slipped.
Teaser.
Really had a fun game, though.
Oh, it would be. TT, thank you. I don't know what is causing our little bit of echo here tonight. Little technical difficulty. We're going to just soldier through and hopefully try to fix it. But this is too much fun to worry.
Yeah. Deal with the echo.
Yeah. It's one night. We ordered new mics. Don't worry.
Well, you did. I already have a new mic.
Yeah.
That fucking
Anyway.
thing you
I
got.
was having his toasted drink with his
Yeah.
marshmallows.
Yeah. Say candidly real quick so I can drink this.
Candidly,
Oh, thanks.
Joe is an asshole.
I always have been.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. So we talk about we go back to the Thriller video.
Yeah.
So what is the first horror movie you remember watching front to
Um,
back?
Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2.
Okay.
Okay.
And I don't know. There might have been something in between that. 'Cause I know I was probably about 7 when that happened, but when I watched the Thriller video, I was almost 6. So there might have been something in between all that. I'm not sure. But remembering, and I remember this because I watched it with my parents.
Okay.
And I remember being in the living room, and I remember my parents going, "Shut your eyes, Christy," because the whole thing,
Right.
I didn't think nothing of any of what everybody wanted to say about that movie now. Like, I never thought anything about any of it. But I think it was a little strange. And I was just like, okay, yeah, this is a little strange. They're going into this weird bar. Okay, fine, whatever. I never thought anything of all the undertones and all the stuff that they talk about with that movie now. I just really love that one. I think Freddy's really scary in that one.
Yeah. No, I agree. First one I remember is the original Nightmare on Elm Street.
Well, I went back and watched part 1 after that.
Yeah, I was a kid and my parents were divorced, so really my mom would just rent us whatever movie we wanted, and literally that was the one that looked really cool.
Yeah.
So we just kind of ran with it. Joe, what was yours?
Weren't those the days though where you could go in the store and you could look through you could look through Blockbuster or what have you, excuse me, and just pick something out randomly, and I mean that was fun for me. I love that. I miss that so much.
I know, right?
Yeah, I mean it
Yeah.
sucks. Well, I mean it's nice now. It's nice now that you can just put whatever you want on any time, but to be able to go to the store and like look for a movie and shit, it's out. So now I have to find something else. And then you start looking through the horror section and then you find a gem that you never really knew
Mm-hmm.
that existed. So have you ever done that? And when you went to the store and you try to find, excuse me, a specific movie, and then it wasn't in, so you found something else that you really loved. Anything like that you can remember?
I know that's happened to me, but I can't remember what it would be though.
Yeah, that's fine.
That was so long ago, y'all.
I-
Yeah, there's a lot.
Long ago.
There's
I
a
got
lot of
'em.
low budget like horror movies that you find by accident, and they're fucking good, and you really don't know until like it's by mistake, because you
Yeah.
really wouldn't look for it, honestly, because you don't know it exists. And like you had told me about Drew Marvick to have him on the show, and we did. And all his movies, like a lot of them, I didn't know existed, but then I started watching them. I'm like, you know what? They are independent films, but I kind of enjoy them,
Yeah.
and it's fun. It's different,
I'm excited about Murder Size coming out.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that one. I
Yeah.
like.
yeah. When does that come out?
I'm not sure. I can't get a straight answer from him.
I'll have to message him again. He was cool to talk to. He was fun.
Yeah, Drew's awesome. I love Drew.
Mhm.
Awesome. I love much.
Yeah, thank you for that hookup. I appreciate that.
Yeah, he's fun. Yeah, he's fun.
Yeah.
Is it me echoing?
I,
Echoing?
Oh, we've been echoing all night.
Oh, it's all of us.
I don't know if you maybe
Yeah.
want to take the volume on your computer or something. I don't know. Maybe if it's too loud. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what it could be. I told him that when I first got on, I heard a little echo, but
Yeah, and I adjusted the volume on the mic, but yeah. Look,
but don't let
that's the
T3 bother you, because his fucking internet cuts out every 5 minutes on his show. So don't let Carlos bother you. I'm an asshole. I'm a cool asshole. Damn right, Carlos.
Carlos is throwing. I mean, you're throwing Carlos some shade tonight.
Well, his internet blows, dude. Like, come on. Now he knows that. Don't fuck with my echo. Your internet sucks.
It's like we're a '90s karaoke act. Digital
Yeah.
echo.
Yeah. Digital echo.
Oh boy.
Welcome.
So, going back to Joe's question, I got to tell you, that's how I originally found the movie Creepshow
Mhm.
and the original Swamp Thing.
Oh, nice.
The original Swamp Thing was a must back in the day. I watched that maybe, I don't know how many times, but maybe because of Adrian Barbeau. I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm not saying nothing. But
Well,
yeah.
fun story is Adrian Barbeau was at the convention this past weekend in New Jersey that someone was supposed to go to, but bailed on me the morning.
Yeah, I bailed, man.
Oh.
Yeah, I was tired. I had a long week. I was tired. I said, "Look, dude, I can't get up. I'm exhausted, man." So I missed it, and that's not my style. Usually, I follow through with everything. I was just beat, man. So
Was that Monster Mania?
yeah,
Yes. Yeah. So I understand from Joe, you do a lot of conventions. Are you mostly doing them on the West Coast?
Yeah, only because well, I mean, we have to drive, because we have to drive the product, and that's like a 3-day drive, and then being there for 3 days, and then 3 days home, that's a long time to be gone
yeah,
from both businesses, and so that would just have to be something. If we did that, we really have to plan that out, and I don't know. We've talked about it, and we know we'd like to come to the East Coast, like to Monster Mania or something.
yeah.
We would like to do that at least once.
I wish you would. Next year, maybe. Plan now.
Yeah. It's just right now we're still working out kinks with the restaurant, still doing stuff with the restaurant and everything, because we just opened that in October.
Mhm.
So yeah, probably maybe next year. We just have to plan it out. We've done,
Now, are you-
Midwest. When we were in Alabama, we did the Midwest. But
Yeah. Whether we come there or you come here, we're gonna meet someday. I guarantee it.
Well, look, there's Days of the Dead in Vegas now. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been
Yeah,
here
I've done-
for years. The Days of the Dead one. We started it before we even moved here. We knew we were going to move here at the very first one we did. That was in 2019, but we just hadn't gotten anything yet. But we knew we wanted to move here at that time.
So, and I was telling you before, I kind of stumbled upon the Facebook page for the site. When you guys first opened, before you opened in Vegas, as you guys were doing the construction and posting the, what was the motivation to go from Alabama to Vegas?
We just grew out of Alabama. We grew out of our store. We had a 2,000 square foot store, and now we have, including the restaurant, we have 8,000 square feet. So, and the store is 6, and the restaurant's 2.
Okay.
So we just grew out of it. Our online was just huge, and the store kind of became, in a way, a warehouse for online business. In-store business just wasn't all that great. I mean, it's Huntsville, Alabama. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Touche.
It wasn't that great. You know, it was literally, it really was just, I was just sitting there all day most of the time and doing online orders or just sitting there doing whatever. Now, we wouldn't now people did come in every now and then. We were busy at Halloween time and Christmas time, but that was really about it. So we kind of needed to just get it out. You know, we were like, we've got to get the in-store sales like up because it's just nothing happening. You know,
Mhm.
as far as that, but online was going up. We had already been coming up for other conventions and other things for other businesses that we had. So, well, like strip club conventions. So, yeah, we already love Vegas. So we were like, let's just move the store to Vegas. Because there wasn't a horror.
There is not.
Stores, yes, but there wasn't just horror. You know what I'm saying? So we're like, that's perfect. So and it ended up being perfect. It ended up being what we needed it to be as far as, you know, a perfect balance between in-store and online sales now.
Yeah.
It's night and day, honestly, as far as the in-store stuff.
So I'm reading these comments. T3 Carlos, he don't let me be a bully and make you come to the East Coast. Like, yeah, I don't think I need to do that. I think eventually, like you said, when you get time and planning, then you will be able to come here.
I get asked that a lot. I mean,
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
And I think a lot of people always just think about flying, and then I'm like, well, I have to drive, and then everybody's like, why? Well, I have to get the product there, so we have to drive the van.
Yeah.
And people don't realize, oh, okay, yeah, because that's you know, days I'm being gone. So being
Yeah,
Right.
I completely understand. It's a lot of work. It really is. I know
it
people
would have been a
who
lot easier when we were still in Huntsville. It would have been a lot easier to go up that way than what we just
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. I mean, even if you like, I know people in Florida through the community of toys and all that, and even if it's in their own city, they have to pack it up and bring it to the convention and wait outside and be able to, you know, they only let a certain amount of people at a time in to set up. So it's a lot of waiting. It's a lot of this. It's a lot of that. So I understand, like, coming across country, it's got to be 10 times worse, if not more. So I understand that. I totally understand that.
Yeah, the Days of the Dead here, you know, we try not to bring too much to it because our store is literally like right down the road from it, and we want everybody to go to the store.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't bring too much to the convention.
And plus, you're right in the hub of Las Vegas, so you're getting a lot of business anyway, I would imagine.
Yeah. That weekend was insane for the restaurant.
Yeah, I bet. That was good, right?
Insane.
Not bad.
Now,
Store
now,
too.
now, with you guys at Days of the Dead, did they do a Terrifier reunion this time in Vegas, or was that just Indy?
No, they did. They Damien and David were there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And by the way, two of the coolest guys ever.
Oh, I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! Like
Lauren Lavera too. She was really cool. Yeah.
I didn't
She's
get to meet her. But yeah, they're cool. I've known Damien for a while now.
Okay.
I've been big fans since the first movie came out. David is actually from Huntsville.
Oh.
From where we're from. He actually went to school. It's really crazy. He went to school with my boyfriend's with Philip, my boyfriend's sister-in-law. Went to school with her, high school with her. And so my daughter, I believe, is probably one of the first people to meet David. Terrifier had just came out. And me and Philip we were to Frightmare. Now, I didn't have a booth. We were just going to Texas Frightmare. So while we were there, David messaged me and he said he was in Huntsville. And I was like, oh man, I'm not there. I'm at Frightmare. So he went to the store to go check it out. And my daughter was working the store for me. And so she took pictures. He had a signed poster of Terrifier, which I still have hung up in my store. And then that she sent me all these pictures of her and David together while I'm at Texas Frightmare meeting other people, and I'm like, oh my god, look, it's David, it's Art, But at that time, this was 2000, what, 18, 19, 19? At that
Yep.
time, not a lot of people still yet knew David and knew Terrifier. It didn't really get big until part 2 came out, I feel like.
Right.
So I always kind of say I feel like my daughter was one of the first people to really meet David and get pictures in my store in Alabama.
Yeah, I never heard of the movie until Scott told me, honestly. But then me and him went to a Monster Mania con. It was my first one, and we met Elliot, we met Lauren, we met David, and they were such genuine people. It was just like, it's so nice to be able to talk to somebody as you're getting their autograph and picture without them rushing you along to the next person. It was so nice. It was like a breath of fresh air that we actually were able to talk to them.
Yeah, they're both gracious for their fans, and
yeah,
they like talking to their fans.
Yeah, it was so nice to do that.
And this weekend, look at Monster Mania in Jersey. They had a huge Terrifier contingent. It was Amelie McCain was there, the little pale girl, the girl that did the Clown Cafe song, which literally was playing on a loop in the room. So
that's one of them songs that'll drive you crazy after a while too.
Right.
Oh man, I mean, anybody that ever I got an autograph picture with her, and literally I sent a picture to my brother and I said, "Tell me you can't hear a picture." And I sent him a picture of her in the outfit with the banjo, and literally he was like, "You son of a bitch!" It's gonna be stuck in my head for like the next 8 hours. Lo and behold, the next day I checked in, still stuck in his head. So of all the and I assume in your line of work, you've done a lot of work with different horror stars and being at the conventions and things like that. Who is your absolute favorite horror person that you've met?
It's so hard. It's such a hard question because everybo's been so awesome.
Me and Scott. No, I'm just kidding.
That would be scary.
I have to say, okay, I'm gonna say 2 people for 2 different reasons. So, I'm gonna say, and I always say this one, Linda Blair, because to have her in my store to do a signing, to me that's huge. I don't know. To me, it's huge. It may not be to somebody else, but for me, it was huge.
No, Linda Blair is
I had to go in the back and go cry for a moment.
Wow.
So, that was like, and then Tony Todd.
Okay.
So much fun. Y'all.
Candyman.
You ever met him?
Yes.
And he's another person that's so gracious and he will just talk and talk and talk and talk with his fans. And
always has the longest lines because of that.
He does. And he's just, I don't know, he's just fun. And then it's just, and to have him in my store too, I'm like, what is happening here? This is Candyman. I mean, what's happening? So that was a really big moment for me too. And it's been a big moment with everybody though. I mean, it's really hard to choose.
It's hard to narrow it down. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Well, that's what's really cool about the horror community too, though, is that I feel like our icons or the people that we look up to or that we've idolized since we were kids are so much more accessible than like your standard mainstream stars.
Right?
Tell me somewhere where you can walk up to a Robert Englund and have a 5-minute conversation about the TV show V and him be excited about it.
I know, right?
There you go.
Like you do that with someone else, and look, honestly, see what I did there? Honestly,
yeah, you fucking better not use that word.
We're gonna have merch printed, and that's gonna be one of the things that's on my merch. Is candidly,
we're gonna send you a shirt. We're gonna send you a shirt, Christy. It says candidly, a little hat, sticker, everything. But
we were talking about this weekend. Who hurt you, Joe? Tell me. It's okay. But it's things like that. But I mean, there's so few people that I haven't had good experiences with. But Doug Bradley, for example, Pinhead from Hellraiser, one of my favorite people on the planet. I don't know if you've ever seen. He actually at Christmas reads like Dickens' A Christmas Carol on YouTube.
Yes.
It is legitimately one of the greatest Christmas traditions of all time. So I mean, with everything you guys have going on, we got a question here. I'm gonna from one of our viewers, T3 checking in. So Chrissy, what are your thoughts on Universal Studios bringing a year-round horror experience to Vegas?
I think it's going to be a good thing. I've get asked that a lot, actually. I think it'd be good for the horror community here, and for the horror community all over. Actually, it would give everybody an even more and bigger chance to want to come to Vegas. And not to toot my own horn, but I get a lot of people, horror people that say, "Hey, I just want to come to Vegas because I just want to go to your store and your restaurant, kind of a thing." But obviously there are some other things to do here too if you're a horror fan. But that's just going to be like something so huge that's really going to bring horror fans here, and then all the it'll should benefit all the rest of us. We also have Tom Devlin's Monster Museum. I love Tom. I just filmed a movie with Tom that should be coming out soon. We should be having a trailer soon for that, so I'm excited for that. It'll be my second movie.
Nice.
And his museum is awesome, so I highly suggest going there if you're in Vegas. You got Zach Bagans Museum here. You've got the Saw Escape Room. The It Escape Room, I think, just opened now.
Yep.
You've got us. Another little boutique store called Hellbound Horror Collectibles. They're like a little boutique. They have like some older figures and stuff sometimes. So there's plenty to do here if you're a horror fan. So I just feel like Universal is just going to really add to it.
Yeah. So whether they're coming there for your store or the Universal or the escape rooms or whatever they're coming there for, you can bet that they're going to come to all those things while they're there. So it's a nice little experience. And I'm going to almost go on a record and say I might come to Las Vegas this year. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and I will hit you up before I do, because I definitely got to come out there to your store and definitely got to meet you because you've been so great to us. So that's my number one stop. I already told my wife we're coming to Nightmare Christie's store first. We're gonna eat at her cafe, and then we're gonna go back for more to buy more toys. So definitely, man, I'm gonna try my best to make that happen this year for sure.
We're right down Fremont Street too.
Okay.
So can do that too, all in one day. Go down to I love Fremont Street. It's great.
Yeah.
But we're in the Arts District. So you have Main Street and then you have Commerce where we're on. So if you go over onto Main Street, there's a ton of other little shops and breweries and other little fun stuff to walk around and go see. And then you have Fremont right down the road.
So you're not too far from the Gold and Silver store that's on TV.
No, we're not far at all.
You're not far at all from them, right?
Nope.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try my damnedest. I'm telling you, I definitely want to, and I would love for Scott and his wife to go with us. So maybe we have to talk about that, because that'd be a fun experience.
You can do a whole podcast here in Vegas.
We could do that too. We could do that at Nightmare Christie's store or her cafe if she'll allow us. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
it'd be cool.
Hey, look, I'm always up for a trip. Maybe we move it around. Maybe we plan it around Days of the Dead in Vegas.
When does that usually happen?
It's usually October.
Well, no, it was February. So we just had.
We have time to plan.
Well, yeah, even for next February. I mean, that wouldn't be. I mean, time flies anyway.
You're not wrong.
But yeah, I mean, if we could get, the wives on board. I know my wife will go. She's usually pretty cool with everything. Yeah, so we can work that out. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we got some time. We got some time to work on that.
We could have Nightmare Christie on. We could all do it together. We could have her show and our show mixed in together. And because I enjoy watching your show, to be honest. And I'm not just saying that because you're here. I do try to watch it every week, and it's a really mellow show. I mean, you're really soft spoken on that show. It's just an easy show to watch. So I really do watch that show as often as I can. But it's fun.
House 2 this week.
What's that?
Oh.
House 2 is this week. Y'all like House 2?
Yep.
Yeah, that was definitely a fun one.
Yep.
So So Chrissy, I have only seen a couple of I've only watched a couple episodes of your podcast. So for those that haven't seen it, what do you guys do on your show?
So the Nightmare Podcast, it's usually like me and it's been me and Brian a lot lately, but it's me and another employee. Usually, and we just talk about one main movie, and then we always talk about what's going on with the store. We show new products. That's really about it. Just an informational thing, and like I said, we'll talk about a one movie. Like this week is House 2, so. That's really about it. We don't get too deep or anything like that. We only like to talk for about 45 minutes to an hour, maybe, and that's about it. So
A lot like us, we kind of run out of steam in about an hour. To answer your question, I did get invited to Vegas, but I felt like I was an afterthought. I'm just kidding.
Hey, either way, just take it, just like you did in grade school and high school. Just take it.
First of all, how dare you? Second of all, no one was supposed to know.
That's our other shirt. How dare you?
Yeah, how dare you?
Oh, there you go.
So yes, last week was where Joe backed out at Monster Mania, and I had to go by myself.
You didn't go by yourself. You went with Rick.
I went with my buddy Rick.
And why do you? Yeah, and you get to the front of the line too. So watch it.
Look, I went Sunday morning. There were no lines Sunday.
There was no lines.
I
figured I didn't go.
Oh,
it's the best.
Sundays are always the laid back day at any convention I've been to.
And usually for me, I always go Fridays and Sundays. And Fridays I go to shop, and Sundays I go for autographs because I feel like all the good stuff is bought out on Friday night. So that's kind of where I went. I mean, this and I'll be honest, this was such a big show at Monster Mania because they had like damn near the full cast of Sons of Anarchy on top of all the horror stuff. They had the Undertaker from wrestling there.
Oh wow, I didn't see that.
Yeah, Rose McGowan.
Yeah, Rose was supposed to be at Days of the Dead here in Vegas, and then she canceled right last minute. I was so upset.
I was a little worried about Rose looking at her. She looked a little sickly at first. I had to look up to see is Rose sick? Is something going on here? But apparently she's lost a lot of weight, and but it was her and Holly Marie Combs were there from Charmed.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Adrienne Barbeau, which of course Joe missed.
She's sweet.
Oh, she's so nice.
She's so little.
Just so nice to everyone. They had, one of the things I was kind of stoked about. They had the little girl that was in the outfit from Megan.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that was kind of neat. I got a photo op with her. I enjoyed Megan. Joe did not.
Oh, I liked Megan.
I didn't like it.
No,
I thought it was clever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like doll movies though. I'm a big doll movie person, so
I usually do, but that one was just like when the two robots start fighting each other. I'm like, they should have ended this 15 minutes ago. It was kind of like Terrifier 2.
It did drag out a little.
It dragged on too long. They should have ended it before, and I would have liked it, but it went that extra mile, and that extra mile sucked to me, I thought. But yeah, to each their own, man. But
I love it.
I don't know. I'm not one to always agree with Scott. I disagree with him a lot, and that's what makes us we butt heads, but we're still we still love each other. Right? Yeah. At least he loves me. I don't really love him that much, but
Oh.
Anyway,
candidly, yeah. Well, candidly,
you're such an asshole. So, yeah.
No, even T3 said it candidly, right?
No. Yeah, exactly. It's a thing. We're gonna have T-shirts.
Yeah.
We're gonna have T-shirts, and yeah, they like I said, I was telling you, they had the full Terrifier 2 reunion going on, except for Laura. She was in Italy filming The Well, which, by the way, looks really good based upon.
I want to see that.
The stills that she's posted look really, really good. I'm trying to think who else did they have. Like I said, full cast of. They had all the final girls from Friday the 13th, from like
Oh, nice.
first 3 or 4.
Nice.
Yeah, really cool. And they were all so nice, and the lines weren't real long. T3's right. Yeah, Sundays are great to pick up stuff because the
It's true.
vendors don't want to carry that shit back to their stores.
Right.
Yep. the
Christy,
less
is that a
things you
thing?
carry back.
Making deals on Sundays?
We have a few times.
Don't give your secrets away to him.
But we do like what we've been doing lately, which has been working out really nicely. We've been having a sale, like okay. So our setup now are road cases that are on
Okay.
wheels. So you just wheel it in, open it up, and everything's right there, ready to go.
boy.
It's great.
Nice.
So yeah, just a few, maybe little few pieces of the grid wall, and that's it. We're trying to cut out all the freaking grid wall because that's a pain. So so we have one case where it's a sale case, sale rack, and everything in there, and we have like living dead dolls, NECA, alternates, and things like that for $20. Everything's just $20.
Oh.
So we've been doing that lately. We've been like in that little sale area, and that just gives us a chance to get rid of overstock too.
And look, when somebody sees something on sale, they're gonna fucking buy it.
They
I
do.
mean,
They do.
I have seen people buy some weird shit at these conventions.
Yeah.
There was a guy there this weekend that literally made his own art out of like whale teeth. I can't make this shit up. Like, literally had like, and he's telling the story and he's so passionate about it. And you can't help but look at the table and go, something doesn't belong here. It's you. It's you. You know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
I'm glad I didn't go.
Oh shit.
Sounds fucking creepy.
To be honest, some of the other things I really like are the cosplay that go on during these shows.
Fun.
And look, there's 2 things that go along with the cosplay at these shows. One is they're really, really good. And the other is you're profiling to see who might be on an offender registry somewhere.
Well, Scott,
was a-
you know, Scott, every time we go to a wrestling, me and Scott love wrestling. And every time we go to a wrestling show, he's like the guy who carries the belt. You know, he buys the championship belt and he's carrying it around.
Right.
In the
right.
crowd.
He's not
fan.
getting any.
No.
So that's his
No.
thing. Like, yeah. So I know where he's going with this.
Let me paint a picture for you.
Yeah, paint a picture, buddy.
So Friday night, Monster Mania, we're there. Undertaker, by the way, is 2 hours late because of his flight. By the way, the guy stayed until midnight to make sure every single person that wanted to meet him got a chance to meet him. So I was like very impressed. Most stars would have been like, nah, I said I'd be here till 10. I'm out.
Is he really like as tall as he seems to be?
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is gigantic. So I did not get photo ops or anything with him. I was trying to save my money to do some of the other horror movie stuff I wanted to do and do some shopping. And literally my buddy ended up getting a photo op with him. My buddy that went with me on Friday night. And he's standing in line for the photo op. And I look over to where he is, and it's just a sea of championship belts around this guy. It's like, you know, I have never seen so much guys that live in their mom's basement in that exact moment.
He definitely ain't getting any. He got all the belts.
And there were tons of guys with these belts. I mean, I'm like, dude, those things are like $500 a piece. Fucking pay rent on an apartment.
Look, dude, I would get the NWA belt, but I would have it in my case. I wouldn't carry it around to the fucking show. That's crazy.
Bullshit.
I wouldn't carry it. It's too much to carry. You know, I'm lazy. I don't know how carrying shit, man.
You bitch when you have to carry a bag when you buy a shirt.
I guess
That's why I carry my backpack.
Collect though, right? Like wrestling fans, they like to collect the belts and all
Mhm.
that stuff. So that's like their thing, though, right?
It is.
So
It's funny though, because me and Scott are huge wrestling fans. We always have been, and neither one of us have a belt.
Yeah, no.
I have a belt, but it's J.C. Penney's $3.99. That's about all I have. You know, that's like Mr. Miyagi said. You know,
okay, Mr. Miyagi.
yeah, damn right, man. I have J.C. Penney $3.99. Yeah, man.
Yes.
So, That's all I have. I don't.
So
I would
can
love to have the NWA belt that Ric Flair held back in the '80s, and I was close to getting it one time, but yeah, I just
Then you
didn't pull the
realize,
trigger on it.
Whoa.
Then I heard Scott's head. I heard his voice in my head. You're not getting
Virgin.
it if you carry that belt. And I'm like, all right, I'm not getting it.
Virgin.
Doesn't change the fact, but
Well, there
hey,
seems to be
whatever.
a lot of women in the horror community that like wrestling just as much as guys, though. I've noticed.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, there were a lot of women in that line for The Undertaker on
Oh,
Friday night.
The Undertaker's
I
the
would have
man.
loved to meet him. I mean, I did watch some wrestling when he was, popular and stuff for a while. Then I watched it when I was a kid, like in the '80s, obviously with all them, Hulk Hogan and all them.
Hmm
But
I love the Undertaker. He's one of my favorites of all time for sure.
he's cool. I liked him.
He was on the Ariel Hawani show the other day. Did you watch that podcast, Scott? It was good.
No, I downloaded it. I haven't listened to it yet, but he
Yeah, it
was
was
on
pretty
there
good.
the day after he was at Monster Mania. He left Saturday morning to go do that show
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was pretty
in
good.
New York. Yeah, that's why he couldn't. That's why he was only doing one night, which is why it was asshole packed on Friday night. I've been to conventions. I've never seen a show sold out on a Friday night.
Oh, it was his
Until-
first one too. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but definitely look, Monster Mania, ton of fun. Chrissy, I highly recommend. Even if you guys just fly out just to go,
Just to go, yeah.
it is legit
I
one of
know
the
a lot
best.
people that go.
There you go.
It's legit one of the best ones on the East Coast.
Hmm
You know,
There
and
might
I've
be
been
people I don't want to see, but yeah.
no, well, I know it. We'll try to keep Joe as far away from you as we can, but I can't make any promise.
Aw.
Whatever.
I was waiting for the how dare you.
Well, after the unboxing that she put out earlier, I don't know if I can stay away.
Oh, it's so funny. Can I tell you a funny story about that? You're gonna love
Please
it.
do. Please
Oh my God,
do.
you're gonna love it. Okay, so I'm glad I put out that picture. Everybody's okay.
Me too.
So, all right. So I'm out running some errands early this afternoon, and my phone is ringing off the hook, and it's Chris Zeffro. He is the owner of Trick or Treat Studios.
Mhm.
All right, and we're friends. We talk all the time. and if you get to know him, he's very funny. He's very cool, very funny guy. Okay, and he loves horror. Anyway, so he calls me and he starts saying something about an unboxing, and so I'm thinking, oh my God, am I in trouble? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And being the joker that he is, he goes, okay, I just want to make sure that I scheduled my unboxing for my OnlyFans with my Chucky doll for 8 o'clock tomorrow. Is that going to coincide with your unboxing? This is why he's calling me. Busting out laughing. I'm like, Chris.
Yeah. So Scott, if you didn't see, he don't have Instagram. So if you didn't see it, she was going to do a nude unboxing. Yeah. So that's I'm like, well,
I post a picture of the top Halloween Kills figure. It's in the box with me, but I'm nude. And I'm trying to tell everybody, hey, go to my OnlyFans because I have a nude unboxing of it and my opinion on Scream 6. So you get both of those. And I posted that video yesterday on my OnlyFans. So yeah.
2 for 1.
But it was just funny for Chris Zeffro to call me up and say, so I'm doing my video with Chucky, my unboxing Chucky at 8 o'clock. Is that going to coincide with your unboxing? And then he goes, this is the problem with my OnlyFans. I'm the only fan on there.
Yeah, I have a funny feeling that nobody would be watching his. I'm just saying.
Well, that's what he was saying and trying
Yeah.
to do that. And I'm like, oh my God, Chris. I can hear everybody in the background, like his secretary, everybody just laughing. So how cool is that they can all have a sense of humor about that and
Right.
get with it and not be a dick? You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Yeah.
And him just calling me up and just being funny about it. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And I was kind of debating bringing that up to you because I have too much respect, but I was like, you know what? She seems cool. I could bring this up. I'm like, hey, you know what? We're in.
It's all good. It's fine.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
fine.
thought that was funny though about Chris calling me.
Yeah.
And again, that's one of the things about the horror community. We are the coolest, chillest, funniest people.
And sick.
Sexiest, you're not wrong.
There you go.
People on the planet. and it's just a community. Like if you go onto any of these horror forums, especially the folks that like do the conventions, like HorrorCon Central or anything like that, or even I got Joe into the Art the Clown Appreciation Society,
Oh,
which is,
I'm in.
by the way, we have sweatshirts.
I didn't
we
get
have
the sweatshirt yet. It's
that's
almost
because
summer,
you
man.
come-
It's almost
that's
flip
because
flop
you
weather,
when you
dude.
walk.
Like, look. After April, I don't wear anything but flip flops, t-shirts, and shorts. So you're not gonna catch me in a fucking sweatshirt. I'm done at that point.
I'm wearing flip flops now.
Oh, I love flip flops. I don't never wear shoes, man, except for work. That's it. Socks,
Yeah, I like flip flops.
no socks either, man. I'm done. Like I could be Fred Flintstone, man. I don't even
I
need
feel like
shoes.
I feel like we're going into another OnlyFans discussion, so I'm just gonna be
Oh,
quiet
sorry.
right now.
Well, you can check mine out at JMC class slash OnlyFans slash
You should totally do it. You should totally do it, dude.
slash yeah,
Yeah.
man. You know all the slashes. Come on,
Slash Joe's Italian feet.
whatever makes money, dude. Hey,
Did you say
get the
Joe's
fuck out of here. Check my feet out. Check out my toenails. Oh,
I love
There's-
it.
Joe's Big
Hey,
Hairy
man.
Italian.com.
look, whatever it takes. You know what? Look, $20 is $20. You know my saying.
There it is. That's
Yeah,
our other
you know my
t-shirt.
saying.
$20
Come
is
on.
You get
$20.
those 20s, not the dollar bills.
Hell yeah. Look, it could be quarters. I don't care, man.
No, you
No,
don't.
Joe. We want that money that folds, not that money that jingles.
Yeah, you don't
Look,
want
the
that.
chip and look, the
I've
chip
thrown
the
quarters at guys before. Do not do that.
the chip and whales don't care what kind of money you give us. The chip and
wrong.
whales are legit to quit. Too legit to quit.
Oh my,
I'll tell you what, we can buy ice cream with it all.
there you go.
Hey. And some cherry on top. That's right.
So, all right, let's see. Somebody
People
was
in the comments
asking.
talking about that they reissued the Captain Spaulding figure. Yes, they did. I got the email.
Oh,
I'm
you tell.
quite surprised that they did that as well. I didn't think that they would or could with the
Mhm.
licensing thing, but they did. It seems like it's just the same figure that was out before. In our email to us to order it, it said new, and I'm like, this is not new. It's the same thing. So okay, but we ordered some for Nightmare Toys. We won't be doing pre-orders for any of them, but we ordered the new or the Captain Spauldings. And then they came out with, which is new, three figures. It's House Cousin Corpse, it's Baby, Otis, and Captain Spaulding, and it's like kind of like what they call stylized figures, where the head on the figure is a little bit bigger
Mhm.
than the body. It's kind of
Yeah.
cartoonish looking, and it's like a set of all three. So they put that out as well. So we ordered that as well. But,
So if
we're not-
anybody wants it, please go to Nightmare Toys and order
we'll
it.
have
Not
when it
anywhere else.
comes out.
What's that?
I know a lot of people are doing the pre-orders, but we're quitting pre-orders. We're going to be a company that does not do pre-orders. It's
A
just-
pre-order is just a little bit of trouble in the making. That's all. Because sometimes you forget about that you have the pre-order, and then you get hit on your card, and you're like, "Shit, where'd that come from?" And I know a lot of people that have that problem. So I try to stay away. I did pre-order a couple Star Wars Hot Toys for next year, but I have those set, and I didn't have to put money down, so I just pay for them when the invoice comes. But pre-orders, I try to stay away from just because I forget about them.
Oh, so you're a Star Wars person too?
Oh yeah, see my Darth Vader? Oh,
Oh yes, I see. Yes, I do actually.
Darth Vader and horror are like neck and neck to be number one for me.
Is
It's like
that a life-size Darth Vader?
he's 4 foot.
4
He's
foot?
4 foot. Yeah.
I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. I'm surprised you can get anybody to touch your dick.
Well, the beauty of it is, hey, the beauty of it is I only need one person to do that, so I've narrowed it down. And I'm good. So,
You know what?
all honesty, Scott was over my house one time after I moved into my new house, and he walked into this room and we watched wrestling together, and he was like, "I got to show my wife this because she's gonna think you're a total fucking nerd." I don't care. Hey, dude, look, I love my shit. When I walk into this room, it's like a breath of fresh air for me. I love it in here. I don't ever want to leave this room. It's
Yeah.
fun for me, man. I look around and I see some crazy shit that I'm like, I just have fun with it, man. And whoever else don't like it, fuck them. You know what I mean? So yeah.
All right. So we got a comment, Duffman's Dioramas. So
Yes.
mentioning that got a friend lives in Vegas, shops at the store all the time. I'm gonna pop this up. And he's the one that made the Captain Spaulding Museum and gas station diorama for. I gotta be honest, I need to see pictures of that. That sounds really awesome. As a person that loves Captain Spaulding, I'm gonna spend so much money on those
I wanna
fucking
see this
figures.
diorama. I
Well,
haven't seen it.
I got to tell you that Duffman's Dioramas, if you haven't followed him on Instagram, check him out. He does some awesome work. Yeah, check
I'm gonna
him
do
out
that
for
right
sure.
now if I'm not already doing that.
Yeah. He's awesome, man. He's a big supporter of ours on this show and on Well That Effing Figure. So
It's on his
Duffman's
Insta.
Dioramas.
Yeah, on his Insta. So as everyone is feverishly clicking, I have to be like the one person on the planet that does not have an Instagram.
Yeah, you need to change that.
Following Duffman dioramas now.
All right.
Without Instagram, I would have never. I don't know if I would have ever met Christy. So this is a friend for life. This is she's a good person. She's been a big supporter of both these channels now.
That's right.
So
I like Instagram. You should be on Instagram. I mean, that's just coming from someone who hates Facebook, and I done got off Facebook a long time ago.
I can even think of a handle for you, Scotty Not So Hot Body.
First
What do you think? What do you think?
How dare you?
That was off the top of my head. That was it. Look at that. Oh my God.
Look,
Give me more time.
Everybody's good for one funny comment. You just had it. It was at my expense.
Dude, I love you. We go way back. We trick-or-treated together.
Twitter,
We're good.
Scott?
I'm sorry?
Are you on Twitter?
I am on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
DJ Scott Mitchell on Twitter. I'm I don't really post anything.
So don't follow him. Yeah, no sense following him then.
I don't really post anything, and look, social media is not my strong suit. That's why we have Joe.
That's why I'm the promoter of the show. I'm the promotion.
I show up and
every day.
I just bring one-liners and make fun of Joe. That is
Yeah.
essentially my job here.
He just brings one-liners, makes fun of me, and wears tight hoodies. That's his thing, and I do the promotion.
Can I ask who is on your hoodie? I've been.
This is a hoodie I got at the show last weekend. It's all Stephen King movies. So Salem's Lot, It, and then down the arm is all the names of the movies.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, on both arms.
Where did you get that at?
Monster Mania from one of the vendors.
Do you remember the vendor?
I have his card in the other room. I will email you.
Yeah, that's cool. I like
You got to come to the East Coast in order to get it, though. No, I'm just kidding.
What if it comes this way, though? What if I know this?
Then we'll have to go out there and we'll figure it out. Yes.
Yeah, I have this one, and last year I got a John Carpenter one with same design. Yeah, so definitely, guy. These are very comfortable hoodies. And look, Joe, this is an extra husky, so go fuck yourself.
What size is that thing?
Like probably like a 2X.
2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
This is
all right.
2.
Well, you're also probably wearing like Under Armour because you're a label whore, and I literally will wear whatever's at Walmart.
I only get it because it's on sale. I don't buy shit. I squeak, man. You know that. Come on.
Squeaks when he walks. There it is.
Yeah,
He's so cheap.
I'm saving my money for. I'm saving my money for Christie's store. I'm saving all my money for that.
Candidly, I just hit it. Candidly,
fuck. Jeez, all I got is marshmallows left. Look,
That's
nothing.
right.
Your marshmallows.
Oh my god.
So, I gotta wait until after I get my either my bonus at work or taxes before I go visit Christie's store, and I'm gonna need a second carry-on for that trip.
We should too.
Oh, it's damn right.
There you go. She got all the solutions for you here.
She really does. I bring problems, she brings solutions. That's how this relationship works. All right, so look, we got a couple minutes left. Christy, what do you want to plug? I mean, you got to open forum. You have been wonderful for this hour. It flew by way too soon. We got to do
Way
this
too
again.
fast.
Yes, it did. Oh, I have tons to plug. I'll try to do it as fast as I can.
Do it as slow as you want. I don't have to be to work till 6. Go ahead.
So you can follow Nightmare Toys on all social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that fun stuff. Make sure you follow our YouTube channel as well, Nightmare Toys. You can watch Nightmare Podcast on there and Live with Christy, which I do on Wednesdays, every Wednesday, live on the Nightmare Toys YouTube at 2:00 Pacific time. And then you can follow myself on all social media except Facebook. I'm not on Facebook, but Instagram, Twitter, OnlyFans, Lowell Fans, MiniVids, all of that under Nightmare Christie. So I'm very easy to find. If you do want to buy content from me, I also have a Cash App.
Fantastic.
Yo.
And
Booyah.
don't forget, coming soon, joesitalianfeet.com.
That, yes. You're going to make tons of money from that.
My feet and her beep. There you go.
This was a ton of fun.
Yeah, this is going to get me in trouble. Well, we better get out of here. So.
We had to do this again. Christy, thank you so much again for sharing your story, talking about the love of horror and all that cool stuff. For those of you that have been watching, thank you so much. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Make sure you know when we're on every other Tuesday, because Joe and I both have way too much going on. Once again, I'm Scott. This is Joe. This is our new friend, Nightmare Christy. Thank you all, Christy. Thank you all for coming tonight and watching us and talking nerdy, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.